We're going to find the least common multiple of two monomials. We have 20y to the 8th, x to the 4th, and 12y to the 3rd, w squared, x to the 7th. First I'm going to look at my two coefficients. I have a 12 and a 20. The first method I can use is I can start listing multiples of each of these until I find the smallest number that matches. 12 times 2 is 24, 36, 48, 60. Well, I know that 20 goes into 60 because I get 20, 40, 60. So 60 is my least common multiple. Now I need to deal with my variables. We have y to the 8th, y to the 3rd. You want to pick the larger exponent. I have x to the 4th and an x to the 7th. And then I have a w squared. Now that needs to go in there. So if you have one variable that doesn't match, that is part of your least common multiple because you have to have this w squared in order for your term to be a multiple of 12y to the 3rd, w squared, x to the 7th. So here's our least common multiple. Now the second method, so we can use a factor tree. This is less cumbersome, especially if you're using large numbers, that it might take a while to find multiples that match if you're listing out multiples. So 20 is 2 times 10, and 10 is 2 times 5. 12 is 2 times 6, and 6 is 2 times 3. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to look for matching pairs between the two numbers. Each time I have a matching pair, I'm going to cross one of them out. Once I have no more matching pairs, I'm going to list every number that is not crossed out on the ends of my factor tree branches. So I have 2 2's and a 5, and over here a 3. Multiplying this together, I get 4 times 5, which is 20, times 3, which is 60. Then I come and look at my variables. I have y to the 8th, y to the 3rd, that w squared, and x to the 4th, x to the 7th. Now, traditionally, we should be listing these alphabetically, but since multiplication is commutative, it really doesn't matter what order these are listed in. For our next example, I'm going to skip the factor tree because I have two prime numbers, 11 and 2. If you have prime numbers, they don't have any factors in common, so you just multiply them together. So my least common multiple is going to be 22. I have an x to the 8th, y to the 5th, and y to the 4th, so choose the larger, w to the 7th, and w to the 3rd. And that is how we find the least common multiple of two monomials.